Hello, poor people. How are you today? Very quickly, I'm going to explain how to improve your communication. This is an invaluable skill, especially in today's day and age of technology. In fact, your life is stunted as a consequence of the minuscule ability to communicate. The skill to transpose an idea succinctly into the mind of the listener is so valuable that you could be the best at what you do, the best director, the best filmmaker. But if you lack the ability to sell that idea or to communicate effectively, especially when it matches the interest of the listener, guess what? You're fucked. What's the difference between Steve Jobs and Wozniak? Wozniak was a co founder at Apple, but his name is lost to history. Why? Because he stood on the sidelines. He wanted Jobs, who was more extroverted, to handle public affairs. He hated the burden of leadership. He could not speak. He wanted to be just another engineer. He was being childish. And now, I'm not trying to label, or this is not a personal attack on the labels you play with. I do not believe in labels. Introvert, extrovert, it all depends on scenarios. Those are labels people play with. There are situations where you want to be more introverted or extroverted in some others. It depends. So let's not play that game. But the point I'm trying to highlight is there are so many opportunities that you would not be able to identify, let alone take, if you lack the ability to communicate effectively. Very recently, at the drop of the latest iPhone series, it sparked up a conversation with a very big businessman. I would not say his name. We got into a conversation how Apple has lost its touch in the innovating industry. Previously, their glow up used to be a national excitement. We want to see what Apple was cooking. There used to be secret groups set up to build an amazing product, uh, unconscious from the rest of the group. Certain key members would be isolated. I recall there were some who feigned sickness or feigned they had traveled somewhere only for it to come out years later they were working on a very interesting product. I think it was the Mac, but now it's just passionless fools reading off a teleprompt. Nobody's passionate about the product. No one's excited. There's no passion, there's no excitement, you're not communicating enthusiasm that you truly care about this product. Everyone wants a paycheck, everyone wants to be on the news, they want to be on TV with their fake hand postures. So there's no passion. And that conversation alone got me a ticket to his house. We went to his house, we had dinner with his wife, and that would be the beginning of a new profitable relationship. The point I'm trying to highlight is the absence of effective communication would have cost me X amount. By now, you're asking, what's the tip? How can I become a more effective communicator? I'll tell you, knowing your contents. From the example I shared, it was my ability to consciously come into the understanding of the industry, how it works, my previous knowledge on the study of innovation, the big players. Had I not known that piece of information, I could be a dictionary, an encyclopedia. I could have all the vocabularies in the world, but the lack of knowledge would make you stumble. You look like a fool. Take, for example, those readers on the internet that call themselves liberals. They sound intelligent. What you're saying is structural. But when you listen to comprehend, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't align with facts. They keep getting decimated over and over by conservative. Now, this is not a wing argument. We are stating objective facts. Facts. We are not emotional. We are not sentimental. We do not pick sides. We only present facts as they are. What they say makes sense on paper, but extrapolating it to reality or trying to come to logical conclusions is where problem is, which validates my point. You can have all the vocabularies in the world, but the inability to know your content or the absence of accurate knowledge would make you look like a fool. Today, we don't know them as articulate, we know them as retards. Do not fall into that category. And for the sake of time, as always, my friends, it's a pleasure speaking to you. I'll see you in the next one.